So I figured that why not do a video about all of my tattoos. I have 6, which in the grand scheme of things isn't that many, but they all mean something significant to me, and I thought I'd be vulnerable and share that. My first tattoo, it says, "Remember who you are." I got it in 2015 when I was 17. It was my first tattoo. And I decided to get that, not because I like The Lion King, even though I do. I got it because earlier in that school year, I was a senior in high school. I think I already said that. Whatever. I had lost who I was in a relationship, and I just tried to become what they wanted me to be, which was partially their fault, but also partially mine, because the expectations they put on me, I tried to meet. And in the end, the relationship didn't work out because we both had this idea in our head of who I was supposed to be, and neither were right. So after that relationship, I kind of went on a self-discovery journey, because, I've been in therapy for 10 years. And I just thought that was a reminder to always stay exactly who I am, no matter what, in friendships and relationships, because I am enough, even when I don't feel like it sometimes. So every time I look at it, I remember that I shouldn't change for anyone else. My second tattoo is one of the most emotion-based ones I got. I mean, they all are, but it's an Egyptian hieroglyphic, and it's the symbol of life. Because ever since I was 12 years old, I've struggled with suicidal thoughts of harming myself, and just not wanting to be on earth because life just felt so hard because of my mental illnesses and because of trauma that I've gone through in my life. And I got that when I was in probably, I'd say, top 5 darkest places I've been in my life, because I needed that reminder that life, no matter how hard it is worth living. My third tattoo I got in honor of my great-grandmother after she died in 2017. I always asked her what her favorite flower was, and she always said roses. So I got a rose on my side with the dates of her birth and death. And I got that because she was one of my favorite people in the world. I loved her so much, and I still love her so much. So I got that because I wanted to commemorate her in the only way I understood and I could. My fourth tattoo I got because I love the sun and the moon, and kind of what it represents to me is that even your darkest nights, the light of day will still come. There's always hope because the sun will always rise. That one's a little more simple and less, I guess, complex with my deep emotions, I guess. But unfortunately, I did get that tattoo. I took my ex-boyfriend with me, and he was the worst, so just putting that out there. My fifth tattoo is Scooby and the Gang. It's all black. They're running up my arm. It's what it looks like. Most people have to ask me what it is because unless you like really, really know, you're not just gonna guess a 22-year-old, almost 23-year-old has a ScoobyDoo tattoo on her arm and teaches high school kids. But needless to say, I got it because when I was little, whenever I was sick, my mom and I would watch cartoons on Cartoon Network, and Scooby would always come on, and like we just had a great time watching it. And then I kind of stopped watching it from the ages of 8 to 11, and then my dad left. He abandoned our family, and we kind of all took it really hard. And my mom one day was just in Walmart, and she saw that they were selling the first 2 original seasons of Scooby-Doo for $5, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this. And so she brought it home, and we spent the next couple weeks watching like an episode a night together, and it just really meant a whole lot to me, because it reminded me that even if I didn't feel like one parent cared, I always have my mom, and it was just a very small and simple way for her to show me how much she loves me. So that's kind of where the root of my love for Scooby-Doo is. It's rooted also in my love for my mom, and it just reminds me that you can find simple pleasures in life and the most simple things and have wonderful people to share those things with. My last tattoo, but certainly not my least, I got yesterday. It's a semicolon, but instead of the dot, period, whatever you want to call the semicolon parts, it's a heart. And my sister has a matching one because we both suffer from a variety of mental illnesses, depressive disorders, anxiety disorders, and I suffer from anxiety-induced insomnia. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but my family went through maybe the hardest thing we've ever gone through about 3 weeks ago. So my sister and I got these tattoos to just to symbolize that yes, we do have mental illnesses, but that does not define who we are, and that's not going to stop us from living our lives to the fullest potential that we can. I'd say it's very special to me because, well, one, it symbolizes part of me. Not all the parts, but the not so great parts. But I also got it with my sister, who is one of the most amazing people in the world. So that's all my tattoos. If you stayed along for this long ride, I sincerely apologize since I almost cried like 5 times. But thanks for listening.